One. get the Zoom going. Test one. Good evening, everyone. Sorry for the late start, but just some technical issues here, and we're just trying to get going. We're on Zoom and we're on live stream. Israel is working the Zoom by remote control, so just bear with us. Want to say good evening to Vicky, to Tal, to Israel from across the seas, Nigel, Janice, um, Tal, Maureen, and Dens. Evening, everyone. Nice to have you all here on this Shabbat service with me this evening. Like you all to stand wherever you are, turn to the east as we begin by the lighting of the Shabbat candles. In the spirit of our ancient tradition that hallows and unites Israel in all lands and all ages, we now kindle the Shabbat lights. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddishanu b'motzav betzivanu, lehadlik ner shal Shabbat. Blessed art thou, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who has sanctified us by thy laws and commanded us to kindle these Shabbat lights. May the Lord bless us with Shabbat joy. May the Lord bless us with Shabbat holiness. May the Lord bless us with Shabbat peace. Amen. Loving Father, hear us as we call unto Thee from the depths of our being. Dark is the world without Thee. Our ways are often confused. The good seems evil, and the evil seems good. Material pursuits deaden us to the needs of the Spirit. Swayed by the impulses of our senses, we frequently stifle the voice of conscience, which speaks of Thee and Thine eternal laws. We exchange our glory for things of naught. O God of truth and of life, help us in this Shabbat to find our way unto Thee. Open within us the desert of our souls, the living fountain of Thy love, that our lives may be brought to flower in the beauty of this Shabbat. Amen. We now continue with Shalom Aleichem on page 11 of our synagogue prayer book.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem Leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Alkuni Leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Setchem Leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
A psalm of David. Ascribe unto the Lord, O ye sons of the mighty, ascribe unto the Lord glory and power. The voice of the Lord is upon the waters, the God of glory thundereth. The Lord is upon mighty waters.
The voice of the Lord is powerful. The voice of the Lord is full of majesty.
The voice of the Lord breaketh the cedars. Yea, the Lord shivereth the cedars of Lebanon.
He also maketh them to skip like a calf, Lebanon and Syrian like a young ram.
The voice of the Lord flasheth flames of fire.
The voice of the Lord shaketh the wilderness. The Lord shaketh the wilderness of Kadesh.
The voice of the Lord causes the oaks to shake and maketh the forest bare, while in his temple everything says glory.
The Lord sat enthroned at the flood. Yea, the Lord will sit as king forever.
The Lord will give strength unto his people. The Lord will bless his people with peace.
Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Shamo v'zachor bedibar echad, hishmianu el hamilchad. Adonai echad, u'shmo echad, leshem ol tiferet belit hilah. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mechor habaracha, merosh mecherem nesucha, sof maseh b'machshava tichila. Goyi v'shalom, ateret bala, gam besimcha u'besahala, toch emunei am segula, boichala, boichala, lecha rodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela.
Mizmor Shel Yom HaShabbat. It is good to give thanks unto the Lord and to sing praises unto thy name, O Most High.
To declare thy loving kindness in the morning and thy faithfulness in the nights.
Upon the 10-stringed instrument and upon the psaltery and with a solemn sound upon the harp.
For thou, O Lord, hast made me rejoice with thy wonderful works. I therefore will triumph in the works of thy hands.
How great, O Lord, are all thy works, how exceedingly profound are thy thoughts.
An ignorant man knoweth it not, neither doth a fool understand this.
When the wicked spring up like grass and the workers of iniquity flourish, is that they may be destroyed forever.
But thou, O Lord, art exalted forevermore.
For lo, thine enemies, O Lord, for lo, thine enemies shall perish, all the workers of iniquity shall be scattered.
But thou hast exalted mine horn like that of the Rahim. My reclining age shall be anointed with fresh oil. Mine eye hath seen the fate of mine enemies, and that of the wicked who rise up against me. Mine ears shall hear.
The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree, he shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon.
Planted in the house of the Lord, they shall flourish in the courts of our God.
They shall still blossom in old age, they shall be full of sap and verdant.
To declare that the Lord is just, my rock in whom there is no unrighteousness.
The Lord reigneth, clothed with majesty. The Lord is clothed and hath girded himself with power. The world is also established that it cannot be moved.
Thy throne, O Lord, is established from of old. Thou art from all eternity.
The floods, O Lord, raise themselves up. They lift up their voice, and the flood raise up their waves.
Yea, mightier than the voice of many mighty waters, than the billows of the ocean, art thou on high, O Lord.
Thy testimonies are most faithful. Holiness beseemeth thy temple, O Lord, unto the utmost of days. Just before we stand, as we stand and face the east, I understand that my volume is a little low. The volume is all the way up, ladies and gentlemen, so it may be something else that we have to look into. So please persevere with us but we're just experimenting as we're going. I ask you all to stand, turn to the east as we say the following. Bareku et Adonai Hamivorak. Bless ye the Lord who is ever blessed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Blessed be the Lord who is blessed forever and ever. You may be seated as we continue to read on page 15. Blessed art thou, O Lord, O God, King of the universe, who by thy word causest the evening to advance, who with wisdom openest the gates of heaven, and with understanding changes times and varies the seasons, and disposes the stars and their stations in the sky according to thy will. Thou createst day and night, cause the light to recede from before the darkness, and the darkness before the light. Thou causest the day to pass away, and bringest on the night, and makest a division between day and night. The Lord of hosts is thy name. Blessed art thou, O Lord, who bringest on the evening twilight. We continue. With everlasting love hast thou loved the house of Israel thy people. A law and commandments, statutes and judgments hast thou taught us. Therefore, O Lord our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will discourse of thy statutes. We will rejoice and exalt in instructive words of thy Torah, commandments and statutes forever and ever. For they are our life and a prolongation of our days, and on them will we meditate day and night. May thy love never depart from us. Blessed art thou, O Lord, who lovest thy people Israel. I ask you all to stand now as we recite the Shema or age-old blessings on page 15. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Baruch Shem Kevod Malkuto Leolam Vaed. Blessed be his name, whose glorious kingdom is forever and ever.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malkuto Leolam Vaed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'kol levavecha u'b'kol nafshecha u'b'kol me'odecha. Ve'hayu hadevarim ha'ele asher anu k'mitzavaka hayom al levavecha. V'shimnamtam levanecha v'debarta bam. V'shivteka bebetecha uvleteka b'derech ובשחפך ובחומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thy heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children. And thou shalt speak of them when thou sittest in thy house, when thou walkest by the way, when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand, and they shall be for frontlets between thine eyes. And thou shalt write them upon the doorpost of thy house, and upon thy gates. You may be seated, and let us continue together. And it shall come to pass, if ye shall hearken diligently unto my commandments, which I command you this day, to love the Lord your God, and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul, that I will give the rain of your land in its due season, the former rain and the latter rain, that thou mayest gather in thy corn and thy wine and thine oil. And I will give grass in thy fields for thy cattle, and thou shalt eat and be satisfied. Take heed to yourselves, lest your heart be deceived, and ye turn aside and serve other gods and worship them. Then the anger of the Lord will be kindled against you, and he will shut up the heaven, that there be no rain, and the land will not yield her fruit, and ye will perish quickly from off the goodly land which the Lord giveth you. Therefore shall lay up these my words in your heart and in your soul, and you shall bind them for a sign upon their hand, and they shall be for frontlets between your eyes, and you shall teach them to your children, talking of them when thou sittest in thy house, when thou walkest by the way, when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. And thou shalt write them upon the doorposts of thy house and upon thy gates, that your days may be multiplied, and the days of your children, upon the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers to give them, as the days of the heavens above the earth. Continue with the Vayomer on page 17. Vayomer Adonai al Moshe lemor, Deber ben Israel ben amarta lahem, ben atzu lahem tzitzit, al kanfevdem nerotam, ben atenu al tzitzit, hakanaf petel tekelet, vehaya lakem letzitzit, uritem oto zakartem et kol mitzvot Adonai, vasitem otam, velo tatu rakar levavkem, ve'akareaken asher tenzonim akarehem, Magnan tizkeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai, v'yetem kedoshim Elohekem, ani Adonai Elohekem, asher hotzetem me'eretz Mitzrayim lo lahem lelokim, ani Adonai Elohekem, Adonai Elohekem, amen. And the English translation to that most magnificent chant. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the border a thread of blue. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that he may look upon it, and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them. And that ye seek not after your own heart, and your own eyes in the pursuit of which ye used to go astray, that ye may remember and do all my commandments, and be holy unto your God. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am the Lord your God. Our hymn this evening is prayer. It is hymn number 5 on page 210.
Prayer is the soul's sincere desire, uttered or unexpressed, the motion of a hidden fire that trembles in the breast. Prayer is the burden of a sigh, the falling of a tear, the upward glancing of an eye, when none but God is near. Prayer is the simplest form of speech that infant lips can try. Prayer the sublimest strains that reach the majesty on high. Amen.
Very, very good evening, everyone. Nice to have so many of you here with me. Recognizing at this time Maureen, Gina, Nigel, Denz, Tal, Janice, Vicky, and Israel. Very, 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 very good. And Aaron, I see you on Zoom. I see you on Zoom. So very, very nice to check with everybody. Mr. President, if you're here and hearing me, we are going to reopen our synagogue. Yay! Next week. But it will be reopened next week. You need to let the president know and the office know if you are intending to come, because we are still limited to the number of persons, but we're going to space them out in our synagogue. We have downstairs and upstairs. There'll be a set of protocols which Maggie will forward to everybody shortly on Monday or Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday. But there is going to be some other protocols that we need to be able to be aware of if you're going to come here to the synagogue. Try not to come unannounced if you can. If you are thinking of doing that, even short notice, get in touch with me. My telephone number is 997-2028. Get in touch with me so I can let the security know. But be that as it may, we're going to be reopening next week. The time, I think, will be 4 o'clock next week, but we will confirm all of those arrangements on Monday and Tuesday. So look out for the MailChimp from Margaret on the reopening of the synagogue. Just before we move on, want to also recognize Trevor for checking in on live stream. I don't know if you're on, and Angie. I see Angie is on. I don't know if anybody else is on, but we are working remote. Zoom is remote today, so David and Joan are on. Zoom is being worked remote today, so we are just experimenting, ladies and gentlemen. There's actually another IT guy going to be here with me in the service tomorrow to look and to see if we can improve what we do. But I must tell you, you have a question. Go ahead. Absolutely. 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 Oh, absolutely. We're going to continue with the Zoom, but what we want to do is to try to make it better. Some of the comments that we've heard is that the camera only focuses on me or it focuses on the back and it's not good enough. So one of the things we want to do is to change the camera that it enhances your experience better. Exactly. Exactly. One thing to remember on Zoom, ladies and gentlemen, if you are on Zoom, mute your microphone when you're not engaged, as everyone, including us here in the synagogue, can hear you. So if you're not engaged, mute the microphone to be, just to have respect for everybody else who is on the channel at that point in time. Thank you all for being here. Stay with me as we continue our Shabbat. It's awesome to be here and be able to be reconnecting with all of you. You're welcome. Service continues with responsive reading on page 18. True and firmly established is all this with us, that he is the Lord our God, with none beside him, and we, Israel, are his people.
He has redeemed us from the hand of kings, and he is our king, who hath delivered us from the grasp of all oppressors.
He is the God who hath avenged us of our adversaries and dealt out a recompense to the enemies of our soul.
He hath appointed our soul to life and hath not suffered our feet to slip.
He has caused us to tread on the high place of our enemies and exalted our horn above all who hate us.
He is the God who vindicated us before Pharaoh, by signs and miracles wrought in the land of the children of Ham.
In his wrath he smote all the firstborn of Egypt, and brought out his people Israel from among them unto everlasting freedom.
He caused his people to pass between the divisions of the Red Sea, and sank their pursuers and enemies in the depths.
Go ahead. His children beheld his might, they praised and gave thanks to his name, and willingly submitted to his dominion.
Moses and the children of Israel sang a song unto thee with great joy, and they all said, Mi chamocha ba'elem Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'chodesh, Norah tehilot aseh.
Upon the sea, O Lord our God, thy children beheld thy majesty. All together they praised thee, proclaiming thy kingly power, and said, Adonai yimlok leolam vaed. The Lord shall reign forever and ever. Blessed art thou, O Lord, who hast redeemed Israel. Hashkivenu.
Ashkevenu Avinu leshalom, vehanamidenu malkeinu lechaim tovim. Sukkot Shalom Mecha V'takinenu Be'etzah Tova Milefanecha Vehoshienu Mehera Leman Shemecha Vehagen Manenu Ufros Ufros Alenu Sukkot Sukkot Rakamim Veshalom Baruch Atah Adonai Hapereh Sukkot Shalom Aleinu Be'alamo Yisrael Be'Yerushalayim Amen.
Cause us, O our Father, to lie down in peace, and raise us up, O our King, to a happy and peaceful life. O spread over us the tabernacle of thy peace, and direct us with thy good counsel, and save us speedily for the sake of thy name. O shield us, and spread over us thy tent of mercy and peace. Blessed art thou, O Lord, who spreadest the tabernacle of peace over us, over thy people Israel, over Jerusalem, and over all mankind. Amen. I ask you all now to stand and face the east as we begin with our Shabbat Veshamru on page 19.
Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam Berit olam Beni uven b'nei Yisrael Oti leolam Ki sheshet yamim masa Adonai Et hashamayim Vet haaretz Uvayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash Yitkada vayitkash Shmei Rabbah V'yalmad b'rakutei v'yamlich malchutei V'yatzmach barkanei v'karev mishikei V'chayechon v'yom echon V'chayerecho b'Yisrael V'agalahu b'zman kariv B'emaru Amen Yehei Shmira B'mevarach Le'alam le'am Me'almaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'itpar V'yitroman V'yitnasei V'yithadar V'yittalei V'yithalal Shemen Kudsha Beriku Le'alam Minko Barchata Shirata Tisbechata V'nechamata Damiron B'yama B'emaru Amen.
We begin. Just close your eyes in this moment of silent communion with thee, O God. A still small voice speaks in the depths of my spirit. It speaks to me of the things I must do to attain holy kinship with thee and to grow in the likeness of thee. I must do my allotted task with unflagging faithfulness, even though the eye of no taskmaster is on me. I must be gentle in the face of ingratitude, or when slander distorts my noblest motives. I must come to the end of each day with a feeling that I have used its gifts gratefully and faced its trials bravely. O Lord, help me to be ever more like thee. Holy, for thou art holy. Loving, for thou art loving. Speak to me then, O Lord, as I seek you again and again in the stillness of meditation, unto thy bidding shall at last become for me a hallowed discipline, a familiar way of life, so that I may live on in deeds that bless other lives, and leave behind me a heritage of a good name. Amen. At this point, this is a time for personal reflection and personal prayer. We have silent devotion where you may say the Amidah, which can be found on page 40 silently. But above and beyond everything else, do not forget to be grateful for the week that has gone. Silent devotion and personal prayer. O my God, guard my tongue from evil and my lips from uttering deceit, and let my soul be silent towards those that curse me, and grant that my soul may be humble as the dust to everyone. Open my heart to receive thy Torah, that my soul may pursue thy commandments. Speedily, I beseech thee. Frustrate the devices and destroy the machinations of all those who rise up against me for evil. O grant it for the sake of thy name. Grant it for the sake of thy right hand. Grant it for the sake of thy Torah. Grant it for the sake of thy holiness. O save me with thy right hand and answer me.
May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Amen.
Let us together say, O say shalom bimramav, urakamav yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, imru amen.
Yom asher shevayachalu השמיים והארץ וכל סבם ויכל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו כי בו שבת בכל מלאכתו, כי בו שבת בכל מלאכתו, אשר ברא אלוהים, אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות.
O God and the God of our fathers, accept, we beseech thee, our rest. Sanctify us to thy commandments, and grant our portion in thy Torah. Satisfy us with thy goodness. Gladden our souls with thy salvation, and purify our hearts to serve thee in truth. Cause us, O Lord our God, to inherit this holy Shabbat with love and delight, and grant that all Israel who hallow thy name may have rest thereon. Blessed art thou, O Lord, who hallowest this Shabbat. In thy divine wisdom, thou hast called home to thyself many of our cherished kin. May these visitations that come to every home help to remind us that our stay on earth is but a pilgrimage, only part of a larger destiny. Deepen our faith in the immortal life of those who sleep in the dust. May we learn to understand that death does not annihilate the spirit, but only liberates it, that though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we need fear no evil, for thou art with us. Thus we seek thy love, even in our bereavement, and that thy compassion shineth through our tears. So deep is our faith that in thy wisdom and goodness, that even in sorrow we shall praise thee and join in the sanctification of thy name. I ask you all now to repeat the mourners' Kaddish of all, for all who have passed during this time, and also especially on Monday, as that will be Memorial Day in the States. So for all our co-religionists who have also passed, we dedicate this mourners' Kaddish for you. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shamei Rabbah.
Amen.
Be'alma divra kirite v'yamlik malkute v'yatzmar pulkane v'kev meshike.
Amen.
Bekaya konu v'kea bekol bet Israel. Bagala izman kariv v'imru. Amen. Shamei Rabbah merak alam al meya yit barak. V'ishtabak v'trapar v'traman v'tnaseh v'tadar v'talel v'talal. Shamei dekudesha beriku. Amin gol bekata shirata tishbekata v'kanamata demera be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi Shalma Rabba, min Shemaim hem v'shava v'shezba, u'ofra gula lekarat salalanu, kolamo Yisrael, Imru, Amen. We say together, O say Shalom bimramav, u'rakamav yaseh Shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, Imru, Amen.
O say Shalom bimramav, u'verachamav, Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'Achol Amo Yisrael. O say Shalom Bimrumav U'Verachamav, Yaseh Shalom Aleinu v'Achol Amo Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom Aleinu v'Achol Amo Yisrael.
To all our beloved departed, who we now remember, may peace and bliss be granted in their life eternal. May the Father of peace send peace to all who mourn, and comfort any bereaved among us. And let us say,
Amen.
you may be seated, and I would like for you to continue with me, both online and here in our synagogue. The Lord is my shepherd, on page 24.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. The The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake, his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, thy rod and thy staff, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. They comfort me. Surely, surely, goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever, forever, forever.
Once again, good evening, everyone. And just a note here from our president is that as of next week, our digital Siddur will be available on our website. So thanks to Janice and to some of the others who contributed, you'll be able to download a copy of our prayer book on our website as of next week. Torah portion, Bat Midbar, that begins tomorrow at 10 o'clock. So I'd like you all to be here. It begins with a census of the Israelites. That is why it is known in English as the Book of Numbers. What is the significance of this act of counting? And why here at the beginning of the book, besides which there have already been 2 previous censuses of the people, and this is the 3rd within the space of a single year. Surely no one would have been sufficient. Surely one would have been sufficient. And does counting have anything to do with leadership? Rabbi Sachs continues, the place to begin is to vote, to note what looks like a contradiction. On the one hand, Rashi says that the acts of counting in the Torah are gestures of love on the part of God, because they, the children of Israel, are dear to him. God counts them often. He counted them when they were about to leave Egypt. He counted them after the golden calf to establish how many were left. And now that he was about to cause his presence to rest on them with the inauguration of the sanctuary, he counted them again. This is a point where Moses is about to bring the 10 Commandments to the people. When God initiates a census of the Israelites, it is to show that he loves them. On the other hand, the Torah is explicit in saying that taking a census of the nation is wrought with risk. Then God says to Moses, when you take a census of the Israelites to count them, each must give to God a ransom for his life at the time he is counted. Then no plague will come on them when you number them. When centuries later King David counted the people, there was divine anger and 70,000 people died. How can this be if counting is an expression of love? Rabbi asked. The answer lies in the phrase the Torah uses to describe the act of counting. Seyut et Rosh, literally lift the head. This is a strange circuitry expression. Biblical Hebrew contains many verbs meaning the count. Why does the Torah not use any of these simple words, choosing instead the roundabout expression, lift the heads of the people? The short answer to this: in any census count or roll call, there is a tendency to focus on the total, the crowd, the multitude, the mass. Here is a nation of 60 million people, or a company with 100,000 employees, or a sports crowd of 60,000. Any total tends to value the group or nation as a whole. The larger the total, the stronger is the army, the more popular the team, and the more successful the company. Counting devalues the individual and tends to make him or her replaceable. If one soldier dies in battle, another will take his place. If one person leaves the organization, someone else will be hired to do his or her job. Notoriously too, Rabbi states, crowds have the effect of tending to make individuals lose his or her independent judgment and follow what others are doing. We call this the herd behavior. And we have heard of the herd behavior through the COVID-19 in the last couple of weeks. It sometimes leads to collective madness. In 1841, Charles Mackay published his classic study, Extraordinary Popular Delusions and the Madness of Crowds, which tells of the South Sea bubble that cost thousands their money in the 1720s, and the tulip mania in Holland, where fortunes were spent on a single tulip bulb. The great crashes of the 1929 and 2008 had the same crowd psychology. My friends, as we look at what the rabbi is saying, it makes a whole lot of sense. In my opinion, God is saying to the people of Israel, you are independent. You are one. You must stand on your own. Do not follow the crowd. I, for one, have always believed that should the building be burning and everybody is jumping off, I've got to find out why we're all jumping off. A leader is somebody who is born, is somebody who is created. As I have said in a few addresses before, in times of crisis, a leader will emerge. And it is the ability of that leader to control the chaos that may be created if the individual does not feel to be a part. He feels to be more a part of the group than to state his own identity. This is a very different kind of portion. It's a portion that talks about different things in terms of how we as a group should behave. It speaks to the fears, it speaks to the excitement, it speaks to the ability of leaders to be able to lead no matter what. That's a God-given talent. My friends, as we continue with our COVID crisis, be not afraid, for you are not alone. Our leader, the God in heaven above, watches over each and every one of us. Just as the prayer said earlier, reach out. Reach out in that time of meditation and listen for a still small voice to be able to speak to you. But it is no good shouting and raving and ranting as in a mob, because you will not hear the voice. Be still and just listen. Ask your question, and just listen for the answer. You may not like the answer, but just listen and accept that it comes from our God in heaven above. My friends, as we go along on our journey again this week, I hope that you are all thankful for the week that has passed. I hope that for those of you who are here with us in Jamaica and see these dark clouds, be grateful for the dark clouds and ask God to grant us a little rain, as it is very, very dry. Look to the week that is about to take place. And, as I've said before, see how you can make even a difference. Even though you are in a crowd, be individualistic in nature and stand for something, anything, but you can and you will make a difference. Every journey begins with a step. Make sure that your journey to gratitude begins with this Shabbat this evening. My friends, life is a journey. Never forget to enjoy your own unique and special journey. Shabbat Shalom to you all. Ask the congregation to stand wherever you are, face the east for the adoration. Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol latet kedalal yotzer bereshit shelo asanu ego yeharatzot velo samanu Mishpachot harama shelo som chelkenu kahem v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam משתקבים אומרים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ויסד ארץ ובשבקר בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו בגבי מרומים הוא אלוהינו ואין עוד אמת מלכנו ואפס זולתו ככתוב בתורה ויראת היום ויראת היום והשבות אל לבביך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל והארץ מתחת אין עוד ונאמר ואיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
We bow in worship before the King of Kings, the Holy One, blessed be He, who stretched out the heavens and laid the foundations of the earth, the seat of whose glory and the abode of whose might is in the loftiest heights. He is our God, and there is no other. In truth, He is our King, and there is none beside Him. As it is written in the law, know therefore this day, and lay to thy heart, that the Lord, He is God, in heaven above, and upon the earth beneath. There is none else. Just before we go into prayers, if there's anyone here that wants any special healing prayers, type as quickly as you can now. While I welcome again Carl, Nikki, Maureen, Paulette, they are new to the group. And to say to Dan's, yes, I think that's a great idea. So if you want any healing prayers, and we can use this going forward, so you can always type in the chat because I can see and read the chat. Oh Lord, as we stand here in your holy place, I ask for your generosity to allow us, all of us, to return to be able to worship in this place and in this way next week. Oh Lord, this COVID has been a tough time for all of us. But we know, and I know, that it is your way of strengthening us for whatever is to come. Oh Lord, on this Shabbat, we ask for your blessings on all who are online and in this synagogue. Watch over them, protect them, guide them, that they may be useful instruments for your use. We beseech thee, O God, on behalf of those who are stricken in health and strength. On this Shabbat, we ask for your special blessings on Errol Zedi and Madre Gammon. Although not members of our community, they are dear friends and are in need of healing. Let thy blessings descend upon the means used for the restoration of thy servants, and increase the wisdom and knowledge of all those who are battling on behalf of humanity. May the afflicted amongst us learn patience under trials and speedily be restored to health and usefulness. Together we say, on their behalf, Baruch atah Adonai Rofei Kol Amo Yisrael. Blessed art thou, O Lord, who healest the sick of thy people Israel, and over all mankind. On their behalf, we ask our cantor Carl if he would recite the Misha Barak, the healing prayer for all in our community who are suffering from dis-ease at this time.
Misha Barak Avotenu Mechor HaBracha Limotenu. May the source of strength bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mechor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalama, the new oil of body, the new oil of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
You may all be seated, and our closing hymn, Yigdal, on page 27. Also like to welcome Mark. Closing hymn, Yigdal, page 27, 26 and 27.
Yigdal Elohim Chai Be'yishtabach Nimsar v'netel metziuto Echad v'en yachid Ke'ichudo L'olam v'gam en sof le'achduto. And lo damot haguf ve'eno guf lo naro kelav קדמון לחורבר אשר נברא ראשון ואין ראשית לראשיתו הנו אדון עולם לכל נצר יורה גדולתו ומלכותו שפר נבואתו נתנו אל אנשי סגולתו ותפארתו לא קם בישראל כמו שעוד נביא ומבית אל תמונתו תורת אמת נתן לעמו אל על יד נביאו נאמן ביתו לא יחלף האל ולא ימיר דתו לעולמים לזולתו צופה ויודע סתרנו מביט לסף דבר במקנותו גומל איש חסיד כמפעלו נותן לרש רנרן כרישתו ישלח שקץ ימים משיחנו לפדות מחקקס ישועתו מתים יחייל ברוב חסדו ברוך הרעד שם תהילתו אלה 13 לעיקרים הינם יסודת אל ותורתו.
Ask you all to stand with me for the closing prayer. And this prayer goes out to Vicky, to Israel, to Denz, to Maureen, to Carl, to Nikki, to Paulette, to Tal, to Janice, to Trevor, to Maureen, to Gina, to Denz, to Mark, to Angie, to David and Joan, to all of you who are here with me today. Try to remember the good things. When times become difficult, and you know they sometimes will, remember a moment in your life that was filled with joy and happiness. Remember how it made you feel, and you will have the strength you need to get through any trial. When life throws you one or more obstacles than you think you can handle, remember something you've achieved through perseverance and by struggle to the end. In doing so, you'll find you have the ability to overcome each obstacle brought your way. When you find yourself drained and depleted of energy, remember to find a place of sanctuary, a rest, to listen to the still small voice. Take the necessary time in your own life to dream your dreams, renew your energy, and you'll be ready to face each and every new day with every obstacle. When you feel tension building, find something fun to do. You'll find that stress you feel will dissipate and your thoughts will become clearer. When you're faced with so many negative and draining situations, realize how minuscule problems will seem when you view your life as a whole, and remember the positive things that you can dream with God's help. Yubareka Adonai v'yishmereka. May the Lord bless you and keep you.
Amen.
Yair Adonai panavaleka v'kuneka. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you.
Amen.
assemble car shalom. May the Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon you and give each and every one of you and all of you online and your families the blessings of peace.
Amen.
To all of you, to Gina, to Paulette, Maureen, Dens, to all of you who made this evening a very, very special time. Thank you for your patience with the Zoom and on the live stream. Remember to be here with me tomorrow at 10 o'clock. May God bless and keep you all. Be safe, and I'll see you tomorrow. On behalf of our president, the wardens and directors of the synagogue, it is with the greatest of pleasure I wish for you a happy and peaceful Shabbat Shalom. Go in peace with blessings. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom.
How is the weather? Yeah. Well, we are overcast, but none here. So blow a little bit our way. We're going to say a big prayer for the rain tomorrow. Janice, if you're online, thank you very much. We're looking at it, but it looks like it's an awesome job. But thank you very much for all your help. Goodbye, everybody. See you all tomorrow.